What's up everybody, my name's Game Over and welcome to my project. I spent ages working on this project trying to figure out how to do math because I'm pretty sure I just went through like 12 years of math just so that I can learn this one project. And that's not really that hard, I guess. I just read up a whole bunch of stuff and I had the book next to me while I was trying to do the math for this project, but yeah, it took me ages, but right now so before I do it, I was planning on just ripping off game theory, so here's my rip-off of game theory. Hello Internet, welcome to Game Thought, ripping off game theory since 2019. Did you like that intro? Because I very much liked it. I've always wanted to do that just because I like using my really cool Hello Internet voice. But yeah, welcome to my project that I've been working on, and I've been working on this for a while now. If you guys could actually see me instead of this stupid cartoon version of me, you would see that there's like a whole entire stack of books right next to me, and they're all labeled math. So I was watching Game Theory one day, and then I got inspired to do one of these videos because I wanted to forever. Then I checked through of all of Game Theory's videos, and I realized that he has not actually done this topic yet. So I'm stealing this before he ends up doing it, because why the hell not? And I'm going to see if I can do it and get it correct. And at the end of this, I would like Game Theory, Matt, Pat, or Austin, or whoever works there to see this and be like, ha, I bet he's wrong, and then they do the math and I'm right or wrong. I will gladly just let them do that because honestly, I do not know if I have the right answer, and if I do have the right answer, it's incredibly terrifying. So now that I have your attention on that, let's begin! So, have you ever actually played Super Mario and realized that Mario is actually pretty much squishing those weird brown Goomba mushroom things? Well, you would usually not think that a human would be able to just jump on another living being and it would squash them to the point where they would die. So I actually got curious. How much force is Mario applying to these Goombas when he jumps on them? It's actually it's actually a question that many of us have in the back of our heads, but are too absorbed into the game to actually think about it. So, here we go. We're about to go into the logic of Super Mario. Now, the first thing that we need to learn in this mathematical problem is F equals M times A, which for all you math nerds out there who are where I was a few weeks ago, not knowing what on earth this means, F is force, M is mass, and A is acceleration, which means the combination that we're actually going for is force equals mass times acceleration. Now, to find the force, we need to know how much Mario's mass actually is, which, thanks to his cannon weight on the internet, we can determine that is 89 kilograms. Now, we also need to know his acceleration. Uh-oh. We need to calculate his acceleration, damn it. Okay, so if you guys know how this works, acceleration is how fast you're going, but we can't actually determine how fast he is going because we don't have a radar gun scanning him as he's falling from the sky. Don't worry, there is an easy way to figure this out. Okay, so first we have to find out how high Mario is actually jumping, which is his y-axis, which, thanks to some massive pixel measurements and so much playing Super Mario Bros. That this soundtrack got me raging for like 20 whole minutes. I got so annoyed with this song and I just wanted it to shush because it was so damn happy. Happiness makes me unhappy. Anyway, so after a whole bunch of pixel measurements, I've found out that Mario's cannon jump height is 3,000 centimeters or 30 meters. Now we're going to be using another formula to determine time we're going to determine acceleration equals y-axis times time. So we need 30 meters, which is his cannon height, but we also need to know how long it takes for him to get from his cannon height down to the ground. Again, through pixel measurements and a timer that I luckily had while playing the game, we can determine that it takes him roughly about 0.3 seconds in order to reach from the y-axis to the ground. So, after that, we can plug in our little mathematical numbers in our mathematical calculators, and we get a mathematical evaluation of 100 meters per second, which is actually pretty fast. Like, the gravity there must be insane. Sorry, I'm rambling on about nerd talk because I just spent so long trying to learn math to the point where I'm now putting math into planetary gravity. But now that we have how fast he's going from y-axis to x-axis, we can now determine F equals m times a, also known as force equals mass times acceleration. So let's plug in our mass and plug in our acceleration, and we get a force of, oh, this is a doozy, 100,000 newtons. Jeez, man! The average required newtons in order to squish a person is like 4,000 newtons. So we have to shrink the amount of newtons that is required because these are Goombas, these are not humans. So these are like tiny little mushroom people. So when Mario's squishing these things, he's not just squishing them as flat as a pancake. He's also burying them. How is his jumps not making holes in the ground? This guy weighs a ton, or at least should weigh a ton from the amount of newtons that he's applying on the ground. His jump is completely broken. To give you guys an example on how powerful Mario is actually being on these Goombas, 100,000 newtons of force is more than the force of 8 blue whales trying to smash into the Titanic. Seriously, you guys have no idea how much force Mario is actually applying on these things. How is this appropriate? And it's not even showing what would accurately happen in the game because Mario is actually squishing these things. Mario is terrifying. Why isn't he using this in, like, Super Smash Brothers or anything? He'd be invincible! Like, seriously, one jump and the characters are KO'd. But then again, he would probably break the platform that he's on and go flying off into the abyss. He'd knock himself out of the game. Like, seriously, this move should not be a thing for Mario. With the amount of force that he's applying, you will easily get smushed. He should be in, like, Mortal Kombat because one jump on one character would split them into 63 million pieces. Seriously, you guys have no idea how much force he's actually applying on this. Wow, that was easy. I didn't actually expect it to be this easy. I can take over MatPat's job. That was actually pretty damn easy. Why didn't I just do this before? This is a lot of fun. I mean, that was to figure out if Mario's jump force could actually squish a Goomba. That would actually what I found was actually kind of terrifying, and I actually did find the answer to. Wait a second. Mario, you thought you could escape. Okay, so from me playing Super Mario and constantly getting annoyed because because of that stupid song that was going off in the background and the fact that Bowser is incredibly impossible in that game, I am bad at Super Mario, but that's not the point here, I have realized two things. Do not trust shells that are just flying out of nowhere. And never give the enemy a giant mushroom. Now, Mario might be able to easily bury these small Goombas into their own grave, but can he squish the giant Goomba? Okay, so what am I talking about here? If you give a Goomba a giant mushroom instead of giving Mario a giant mushroom, they turn into a giant Goomba. Now, these giant Goombas are definitely taller than your average human. So, what we need to figure out is how much taller than the average human is the giant Goomba. Now again, pixel measurements are a massive thing, but what I'm going to measure with is Mario's cannon height, which is 155 centimeters. So, when a giant Goomba turns into giant Goomba, I roughly estimated that from what Mario looks like then, the giant Goomba is roughly about 455 centimeters. Roughly. This is like extremely roughly because it was really hard to measure with Mario's, so I was just like placing 1 Mario, 2 Mario, 3 Mario, 4 Mario, 5 Marios. So it was really hard for me to figure this out. But I'm making a rough estimate because I could not be bothered trying to do that because that would be too damn hard. So I came up with that. So plugging in a whole bunch of other mathematical equations, I have come up with the answer that it would take 20,000 newtons of force. Wait, what? Wait, no, this cannot be right. Carry the 1, take the 2, draw a happy face symbol, dance Fortnite dances, add the 1. No! Mario can still, at his normal cannon height, squish the giant Goomba. The giant Goomba didn't even come anywhere close. He would get buried along with his younger brother. Not as far down as his younger brother, but still buried. Jeez, I don't even want to know how much force he's applying to the ground when he's Giant Mario. Giant Mario should be piercing through the center of the earth, splitting it in two. That is how much force Giant Mario would put on the ground if normal Mario is able to squish a giant Goomba. Like, seriously, don't let him in the castle, because one jump and he'll fall through the castle floor. Seriously, this dude's a beast. Have him on, like, your Fortnite team, or go into Call of Duty with Mario Jumpman Mario. You'll instantly win. Don't even put him in GTA. He'd obliterate everybody. He's invincible. But hey, that's just a thought. A game thought. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, like, watching me totally rip off game theory. I really hope that Matt, Pat, and Austin and everybody there, they do not get offended by what I'm doing. I'm just doing this because I saw an opportunity, I'm taking it, and I'm doing something funny with it. And not to mention, I'm pretty sure, like, some of you guys were probably wondering in the back of your mind how much force Mario's actually applying. Like, it was just there, but you didn't care that much to actually figure it out. And obviously you didn't care enough to ask MatPat to do it, so I'm happy that I managed to steal this one before he was able to do it. But even though that I stole it, MatPat can still, like, have a go. Like, he can look at this video and be not completely convinced that I did it right, because, again, I literally just got a whole bunch of books, and in 1 week I read a whole bunch of ways to do maths, and I can figure out how to do this project, so maybe my project is not 100% correct, and MatPat can do it just to see how correct I actually am. So yeah, MatPat, I highly advise you to do this. Consider this a challenge. If you can prove me wrong, then please do, and I'll watch the video, and I'll be happy. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that massive subscribe button right there. You know, it's right there in the, like, video. Like, if you scroll down a little bit, there's a massive red button that says subscribe and a random number next to it of how many subscribers I have. Yeah, click on that. Please do. It will be awesome. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video again. I please hope that you did enjoy. And we, meaning me, Mario, Goomba, and whatever else I decide to pull out of thin air during this happy editing moment, will see you next time. Peace out!